You won't be my friend if you're stingy. You won't be my partner. You won't be fucking 1 meter around me if you're stingy. I do not like stingy people. Stingy people are selfish. You can go argue with a wall. They're always selfish. The way they're acting about money and like, oh, I'm gonna, it's only for me. It's only for me. I cannot spend any money. They have a lax mindset. They don't believe this world is abundant and they're selfish.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll watch several modern women criticize men. From the one who, as always, calls the man who left her a narcissist, to the one who calls him stingy just because he won't give her his money. A crisis of empowered women. All I ask is that you smash that like button. It really helps the channel a lot. Leave us your comments and experiences. They're always valuable to everyone. Subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started.
If a man's stingy with his money, he's going to be stingy with everything else. That means he's going to be stingy with his time. He's going to be stingy with his love. He's going to be stingy with everything. Do you understand that money is easy to come and go? Okay? Do not fall into the trap of thinking that money is not easy to come and go. You can work, you can do so many things, especially as a man. It is so easy for them to make money. If they're not making it, that is on them. The entire game is literally created for them by them, making us or pushing us out. Okay? And we're still fucking winning at it. So if this guy does not want to provide for you, wants you to invest your time, your energy, sleep with him, do all of these things for him, serve him like he's a fucking king when he's not a fucking king, he's a fucking loser. Okay? And you as a queen don't know your value and are serving him and are giving him everything without getting anything in exchange? No. That man is gonna literally make you hate life. Period. Coming to you from a woman.
And weren't they supposed to be strong and independent? What many women don't understand is that no one gives men anything for free. And the funniest part is that some actually believe that when they get with a man, he's supposed to cover all their expenses. There's a reason why people say that when a man gets into a relationship, he becomes poorer and the woman wealthier. Because his money is for the relationship, but her money is only for herself. Men are tired of that. Did they want equality? Or only equality when it benefits them? A lot of women talk about offering their energy, their time, their company, but none of that has any real monetary value. The irony is that men offer those same things too, and on top of that, they're expected to provide financially. Don't get me wrong, a real man takes care of his wife or partner, but of a woman who supports him in growing, not of some gold digger he met a month ago who only knows how to spend.
I had a terrible experience dating a man with hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok that calls himself a dating coach. Yes, this is the man I've been referencing in several of my videos. This was my worst dating experience, but my biggest lesson. And this is the first time I experienced love bombing. It was a very intense form of emotional love bombing for me. He moved things super quickly from day one. He was able to get me to trust him very quickly, which is my fault. Like, I was naive. I should not have trusted him. He was able to get me to a very emotionally vulnerable, intimate place with him very quickly, just for him to literally flip like a switch. Like, he played me. Because I never experienced love bombing or anything like this type of behavior, I did not pick up on any of the red flags until much later. I've never been so hurt by someone in such a short period of time of knowing them. Like, the entire relationship was like 5 weeks. Part of the reason I trusted him is because of his platform. I just assumed he was mature. He's also 9 years older than me. I assumed he was emotionally intelligent. I assumed at the bare minimum he wouldn't play games with me because his whole platform is about dating with intention, clear communication, like not playing games with people. He proved me wrong though. Anyway, Nico the Daddy Academy has a new talk show coming out on YouTube, and I am a guest on the second episode, I believe it is. I told Nico this story in a lot more detail, so I'll post a link to it when it comes out. But yeah, this man should not have a dating platform with a female audience and so much access to women that trust him through his platform. Like, that's how he got me. Low-key kind of scared of this guy because what are you doing? Women should know about him.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
The first thing is that any man who dates a lot of women usually has qualities that attract them, from his looks to the way he talks. If you got attached to him quickly, it's because there was something about that man you liked, something that seduced you. Nowadays, though, that type of man gets labeled as a narcissist, an abuser, or any other degrading term just because he had a fling. And it's even worse when the woman didn't want him to leave, because apparently, only women have the right to end a relationship. And let's be honest, it didn't go that badly for you if you took those moments and turned them into content for your social media. So, you weren't having a bad experience. You were running a business.
This is a dating lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Cheap men are not only cheap with their money, but they're also cheap with their time. Meaning, they do not want to lift a single finger or put any effort into seeing you or planning anything for you. Honestly, they're just lonely people. So they're just looking for a text back, a snap back, or a call back because they're bored. Like, no one else wants to talk or see them. So they're honestly only reaching out to you to fill some void in their life, which is usually boredom. But you're not a bored woman. You're ambitious and you have things going on in your life. So block and delete him. I don't know. I wish I got this advice earlier in my life. Would have saved me a lot of headaches and would have saved me a lot of time too. Anyways, stay crazy, my friends.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
Woman, stingy men don't exist. You're simply not the woman that man wants to spend his money on. Any woman watching this, learn this lesson. Men do spend money, but only on the woman they consider valuable to them. That's why so many fail when they see a man being generous with his girlfriend or wife, giving her gifts, taking her on trips, treating her with care, and convince themselves that if they manage to steal him, he'll treat them the same way. Then they face reality. That treatment isn't for everyone. A man only takes care of the woman he values, not just anyone who shows up. That's why the narrative some women push about finding a provider or a high-value man almost always falls flat. They assume those men would spend money on any woman, without realizing that the man who has money didn't get it by being stupid, and he's not going to waste it on someone he barely knows.
Women.
Stitch this video and tell me the craziest thing that a man ever did to you. I'll go first. I want to start this trend because I feel like so often women are told to shut up, not share their stories, and people ignore them. So share your stories. I want to hear them. So when I was 18, I was dating a narcissist and his friend was house sitting and he invited us all over to drink. My boyfriend brought a bottle of elderflower liqueur. The most fucking Vermont thing I've ever heard. I drank 3/4 of that bottle and a few beers. So I had alcohol poisoning, and there are 3 things that I remember after I did the drinking. 1, I told him to call EMS. He did not call EMS. 2, I tried to call 911. And he took my phone away from me and hid it. Final thing I remember from that night is he put me in bed. I felt my heart slowing down, and I genuinely believed I was going to die. I thought I was not going to wake up. He told me the next morning it would have been embarrassing for him if an ambulance came and his friend would have gotten in trouble. So that was worth risking my life for. Some important context for this too is that I had alcohol poisoning 3 times before that. I'm 4 years sober. I was an alcoholic. Not one of those times did I ask for EMS to be called. Actually, I got very upset when people did. Actually, one of those times, he was the person who called EMS. That was before we were dating though, so I guess I couldn't embarrass him then. So yeah, he left me for dead. I'm a lesbian now, and I hope his dick falls off.
Now that ending caught me off guard. First of all, that whole women stay silent thing? I seriously doubt it. TikTok is full of women talking about everything, and that's exactly why my channel even exists. Second, how can you call a man a narcissist when you were an alcoholic? And I don't even want to imagine the kind of guys you were dating. Of course they wouldn't call an ambulance, because while you were headed to the hospital, he'd probably end up in jail with the amount of substances they'd likely find at the scene. On top of that, you said it had happened before, that he once called, and you'd get mad when they did. So, make your story make sense. All you're really doing with this is making it obvious that your life is a complete mess, to the point where you even switched sides. You really can't make this crap up.
So my ex called me for the first time in months. The last time we spoke was back in February. But I was out in Arizona Memorial Weekend with this man. I was thriving. I was living my best life. And Sunday night, I get a call from him. And it's like, he always calls every time I'm on vacation. Anytime that I'm out of state, thriving and living my best life is when he decides to call. It's almost like he can feel that I'm having fun and thriving and enjoying my life. However, because I was with a different man, I didn't answer, obviously. Did I reply or did I text him? You texted him. I'm sorry, I have a missed call. But ladies, they always come back. They always come back, and it's not always for good. Doesn't mean that they have good intentions.
Everything you're describing here is a toxic relationship with your ex. The kind where you break up and get back together, where you walk away and somehow end up back in each other's lives. That kind of relationship where both people are toxic, but they keep coming back anyway. That's exactly why the guy called. Because like you said, I'm always living my best life, but it's already happened to you several times. And just because it didn't work out this time doesn't mean it didn't work before. So of course Chad is going to call. He wants to see if this time it's for real, or if you're just going to come back again.
Here's the requested story time about how my CEO boyfriend James cheated on me multiple times with his employees and what we're doing to set him straight. So my boyfriend and I have been dating just over 6 years, and I thought it was a really healthy, happy relationship until a few days ago. My boyfriend owns his own company, a jewelry company called Macian. My best friend actually works in their office, and she sent me some tea the other day. She had told me that she found out that while my boyfriend was claiming to be working late nights the past few months, he was actually cheating on me with multiple different girls in his office who worked for him. As you can imagine, I was pissed and immediately got my stuff from his place and left. But he needs to know how badly he messed up. Him and his IT team have used different discount codes to test out things on the website to fix bugs. Codes that, of course, I have. I'm gonna leak them to get back at him for what he did to me. The first code I'm leaking is literally 100% off your first order. Use code TEST100 at checkout and your entire cart will literally be free. Keep this low key, y'all. I don't want him to sue me. Go off on this, girlies. He deserves all of this. I love you all.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Here we have a great example of marketing disguised as a story. Now, all the women will go rushing to take advantage of the discount, when in reality, they're just being used by this woman as part of her strategy. But to be honest, there are plenty of feminists who love jumping into these kinds of stories, the kind who love spreading hate. Hopefully that guy at least makes some good sales, because she's giving him free advertising.
I cannot talk to younger guys. I just can't do it. The other day I was at the bar and this guy walks up to me and he's like, "Oh my God, like you're so gorgeous. Like, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, thanks." He just looked young. Okay. He looked like he smelled like an SAT. Like he was hot off a Scantron. Like he looked young. I was like, I'm just wondering, like, how old are you? And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. Just like curious." And he's like, I'm 21. Like, why? And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." And so we continued this conversation. I was a little more reserved just because I was like, I'm just like, automatically not interested. Like he really just looked like he just toured a campus. Like I was just like, I'm not a part of this. And then he was like, why are you like holding back? Like I feel like you're like being reserved and like you're holding back information from me. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be the one to break it to you that like in a couple of years you're going to be thrown off the family plan. I don't want to be the one to tell you that Medicare sucks. I don't want to be the one to tell you that love isn't real and like you do the best you can and like the 20s is really depressing. Like there was just so much crushing weight on me of reality. And he's like, I feel like you're really holding back. And I'm like, yeah, because rent is expensive. All right. Living alone is hard. Okay. Landlords suck. I have roaches in my bed. Like you don't get it. Like he's just a kid, you know? So I was like, I think I should find your babysitter and we can talk later.
Stop it. Get some help.
My God, brothers, what a rough life this woman has had. First, I have to give credit to the young man. He did the right thing. He took a risk, approached her, tried to flirt, and get to know her. Just for that, in my eyes, he already won. Now, the woman was the wrong one. Because with everything she said, it's clear she's had such bad luck that I'd honestly recommend she go to the beach and throw herself backwards 3 times. Maybe that'll wash the bad luck off. She just can't catch a break. And from the way she talks, it's obvious she's single. These days, a lot of women are going broke trying to live alone, and I'm definitely going to make a video about that soon, because the numbers are alarming. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about women calling a man stingy? Have you ever had a woman in your life with whom you shared your money? Because with her, it felt right to do so. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.